On the rainforest island located at Borneo State lies Kinabalu National Park, or called Taman Negara Kinabalu, Malaysia's first World Heritage Site that had been declared by UNESCO in December 2000 for its outstanding universal values, and also hold the main role as one of the most important biological sites in the world. Kinabalu Park was located on the west coast of Sabah, Malaysian Borneo. It is surrounded by Mount Kinabalu, which at 475 meters, the highest mountain on the island of Borneo. It is cooler climate, also attract over 250,000 visitors in 2009, with over 47,000 hikers attempt to conquer the peak of the mountain. Kinabalu Park was founded by British colonial administrator and naturalist Haklo in years 1985. During his trip from Tuaran to Kundasang, Sir Haklo also had the first recordman to reach the peak of Mount Kinabalu and the highest peak of the mountain named Low's Peak, in honor of Sir Haklo found the mountain. It is also known as the first park in the Malaysian Borneo state of Sabah, and covers an area of around 750 square kilometers. The park was located in the East Malaysian state of Sabah, which was known as British North Borneo before 1963, and expanded through the entire west coast of Sabah. Tourist information. Knowledge information that tourists should know is about their flora and fauna. Kinabalu Park consists of 4 main vegetation zones. These zones are divided into the factors of soil type, terrain, present or absence of soils. There is over 600 fern species are found around the park, such as thicket ferns, epiphytic ferns, and nest ferns. Lastly, the main attraction that had been waited by the tourists is to get a chance to see the rarest plants in the world, which is Rafflesia, the largest flower in the world that only can be found in Borneo, named after Sir Stamford Raffles.
There are several fun activities that tourists can do when they visit Kinabalu Park. One of the activities is to climb the tallest mountain in Malaysia, which is Mount Kinabalu. Mount Kinabalu is well known for the breathtaking view of sunrise and also for its challenging tracks. Climbers who love challenges from different backgrounds from all around the world are determined to conquer Mount Kinabalu. Another fun activities that can be done is to camp and soaking muscles at Pouring Hot Springs. Pouring Hot Spring, located about an hour drive from Kinabalu Park HQ, is one of the attractions to experience in Sabah. Pouring is the local dialect word for the bamboo plant species growing in the vicinity. Visitors are able to treat themselves to a good soak in the sulphurous water that is known for its skin curative properties, and it is also claimed to have therapeutic power. Lastly, tourists are also able to experience the Pouring Canopy Walkway, the highest in Sabah. Next to the Pouring Hot Springs, the Canopy Walkway of Pouring is the second favorite activity of tourists. It is constructed from rope and planks of wood. The Canopy Walkway is over 175 meters long and 41 to 43 meters in height. The walkway is about 835 meters away from the park entrance. Along the way, tourists are able to see different kinds of trees labeled with species tag. Kinabalu Park also provided facilities for the tourists, so it would be convenient for them to enjoy their trip at Kinabalu Park. One of the facilities is the Permit and Mountain Guide. Before mountaineering Mount Kinabalu, it is mandatory to use a mountain guide, even though as an experienced climber, because it can be quite hard at certain tracks at the mountain. Kinabalu Park also provided vast choices of accommodations. Accommodations can be found in and around the Kinabalu Park headquarters compound and also at the town of Pouring. There are several of accommodations ranging from basic hostel type to luxurious chalets that are available. Lastly, Kinabalu Park also provided Kinabalu Natural History Gallery. It displays flora, fauna, geological and culture of Kinabalu. It is a museum related to the nature, ethnography and geology of the region that surround Mount Kinabalu. By visiting the gallery, it is a good introduction for tourists when they are visiting Kinabalu Park. The gallery is open daily from morning until evening with a small ticket. The positive impact that can be obtained from the interaction is that the locals perceive tourism has improved the image of Kinabalu Park and also the surrounding area, especially since Kinabalu Park had been declared by UNESCO as Malaysia's first World Heritage Site in December 2000. People are also interested to visit Sabah, and it is become one of the main attractions in Sabah. Locals also claim that infrastructure also has been improved due to tourism. The other impacts are related to tourist activities. Generally, the locals are welcoming the tourists to be one of the community during their visit. Tourism also changed the way of life of the community, and there are also a lot of job opportunities in tourism field. Now, let us move on to the environmental impacts on Kinabalu Park. Therefore, the number of visitors is increasing significantly. Tourists visit Kinabalu Park to do activities such as hiking and also sightseeing. Most of the places become crowded when it is holiday season that would lead to noise pollution and traffic jam. The environmental impact that could strip Kinabalu Park of World Heritage title is the presence of dandelion as an invasive species at 3 sites of Kinabalu Park, which is the Mesilau Highland, the Summit Trail and Kinabalu Park Complex. The invasive alien species are killing of native species such as orange raspberry plants. Lastly, the environmental impact that can be observed is some of the villagers are entering the park illegally. They take valuable plants such as orchids, and some of the villagers are also hunting illegally. The reason why they enter the park is because they are asked by the outsider people for illegal international trading, as the villagers own the surrounding.
Economic impacts of tourist activities around the Kinabalu Park is the job opportunities to the local community. The tourist activities around the Kinabalu Park has bring a lot of benefit to the local community as the community involves in the rural tourism. Tourist activities also help government in collecting tourism tax. Kinabalu Park is one of the sources of income to the state government since the tax that paid by the tourists for tourist activities.
Strengths: experience seeing beautiful scenery. Kinabalu Park and Mount Kinabalu have a beautiful view. Tourists can experience the diversity of flora and fauna along the Kinabalu Park, includes over 1,200 species of orchids and 40 species of oak. Many interesting places to visit. Tourists can climb Mount Kinabalu, visit the Puri Hot Springs and other local attractions, and enjoy the temperate climate. Has an attractive accommodation. Kinabalu Park area consists of small resorts, lodges, and retreat for tourists that come to Kinabalu. Weakness: lack of accommodations and restaurants. Even though Kinabalu Park provide accommodation for tourists, it's still unable to accommodate large number of tourists that come to Kinabalu Park. Preferring tourists who come to climb Mount Kinabalu. The accommodation that provide in Mount Kinabalu, preferring tourists who come to climb the mountain. Opportunities: special event Mount Kinabalu International Climb Button held once a year. With an event like Mount Kinabalu International Climb Button, it is able to attract more people to come to Mount Kinabalu and also encourage more people to visit to Kinabalu Park. The increase in domestic tourism in Sabah due to the arrival of AirAsia and Firefly Airlines. Mount Kinabalu and also Kinabalu Park receives a growing number of tourists from local and foreign tourists. It is because the arrival of AirAsia and Firefly Airlines which make it easier for tourists to visit Sabah. Sabah state government recognized the need for further development in the area. Sabah Development Corridor SDC stated a large piece of land has been made available for the development of a high-end hotel which is 4-star or 5-star in that area. Threats. Climate change. Kinabalu Park is threatened by natural disasters such as earthquakes, hurricanes, and flooding. Increasing in road constructions. Kinabalu Park area now are more accessible to tourists, loggers, and settlers, and exposing it to several eco-social pressures. The soil left behind after the deforestation for road construction is poor in nutrients and vulnerable to erosions. Lack basic planning, monitoring, and reporting. It is the barrier to the solution required to minimize accumulated impact on World Heritage Site values.
The researchers will recommend to the government to tighten the law on illegal loggers. These loggers will cut the tree around the Kinabalu Park without proper planning and illegally. Tighten the law by increasing the fine for cutting trees without following the procedure. Illegal loggers will definitely be cause deforestation, the loss of biodiversity, and many more. As stated at the SWOT analysis, the lack of accommodation is one of the weaknesses of Kinabalu Park. Hence, the researchers suggest that the management of Kinabalu Park should improve the environment and also the facilities of Kinabalu Park. Kinabalu Park is one of the well-known tourist destinations, so the management of this park must know what is the best for the tourists to enjoy their visit to the park. In conclusion, Mount Kinabalu is one of the symbols of Malaysia's tourism, particularly in the state of Sabah, which made it too important to overlook. As Mount Kinabalu is one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, so we have to take part and work together in protect our heritage site. The flora and fauna of Mount Kinabalu must be protected so that this ecotourism can be maintained and a lot of people can discover the beauty of Mount Kinabalu.